Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we're going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, as well as the vast majority of crypto and finance. And I thought, why not start this video out with an absolute banger? This is very interesting because now we are starting to see those that are doing things the right way, those that are in, great positions credit-wise as well as financially. Well, guess what? You are now footing the bill for those that are higher risk, that don't have great credit, and ultimately can't afford to pay their debt. That's right. I even quoted here and I said the US has become an absolute joke. Check this out. Home buyers with good credit and higher down payments will pay higher mortgage rates in order to subsidize home buyers with lower credit scores and lower down payments. Starting May 1st, people with better credit scores will foot the bill for higher risk borrowers by paying more for their mortgages. Under the new rules, home buyers with credit scores of 680 or higher and down payments of 15% or more will see their mortgage rates increase by an average of 0.25%. Home buyers with credit scores of 679 or lower and down payments of 5% or less will see their mortgage rates decrease by an average of 0.75%. This change is being made by the Federal Housing Finance Agency in an effort to make home ownership more affordable for others. The FHFA estimates that the new rules will save low-income and first-time home buyers an average of $1,500 per year on their mortgage payments. And, outside of the realm of what this video is really going to talk about, I just included this because as we look at what's happening in the US is an absolute joke right now. It is a circus show, if you will. This, to me, is the craziest thing that I've seen so far, though. Because now we are starting to see those that are in good positions financially, with credit, with debt. We're now the ones that are footing the bill and getting screwed over. What is going on? Now, of course, outside of the realm of home ownership and home buying and real estate itself, crypto. Because crypto is another way that those that are doing things the right way, that those that see the value behind crypto and see the value of being in this market very early, well, guess what? We are also getting screwed. Outside of the realm of the $15 billion in damages that the SEC has caused the XRP holders initially, right? Going all the way back to 2020 to now, there's probably a lot more money than $15 billion, but that was the initial harm that the SEC did. Outside of that, we see this entire market having a lot of harm done to it within the US. But I think that the major problem and the biggest issue that I see around what the SEC is doing and what the US is doing around crypto is that it's not going to be the US that gets harmed the most out of this. It's going to be those that are holding crypto within the US, those that want to buy crypto in the US, and ultimately those that are seeing the value behind crypto. We are going to miss out on such an incredible opportunity because what they want to do is cut you out of being a part of crypto. They're constantly making it harder and harder to become a holder of crypto by cutting off the source, and that is the exchanges, right? When you go to these exchanges, it seems as though Coinbase is kind of being strong-armed outside of the US. We know Binance has already been targeted by the SEC, and they're actually on the watch list. There's a lot of these exchanges that are getting strong-armed, and a lot of it is also a big deal around DeFi, staking as a service. What is going on, right? Now, to me personally, we continue to see orchestrated attacks on crypto. And one of the biggest things that we've seen this week was the idea of blaming everything on crypto. These banks are failing because of crypto. It's all because of crypto, right? I mean, crypto is such a harmful industry. It's causing so much sporadic chaos within the banking sector. It's definitely not the fact that these banks are over leveraged. It's definitely not the fact that the US economy has been in the absolute toilet sense going all the way back. I mean, even 2020, previously before 2020, we were still kind of getting to the point of no return. But now we're basically in the thick of it. And we do see from Johnny Deaton, he's saying Rep Maxine Waters should be ashamed of herself. Listen and watch at how she refuses to let the truth get in the way of her and her party's narrative that crypto is at fault. She literally ignores the answer of the person in the know. Watch Maxine struggle when hit with the truth. And here we have, did Signature Bank fail because of crypto? Here is what Superintendent Adrian A. Harris of New York State Department of Financial Services had to say at the 419 House hearing on stablecoins. Listen closely to this 2-minute and 20-second long video.
And I want to take a moment or so to understand that what happened with one of the biggest bank failures in the country as it relates to cryptocurrency, if I may.
Absolutely, ma'am. It is a misnomer that the failure of Signature Bank was related to crypto. What we saw with Signature Bank is that it had a new-fashioned bank run, and the outflow of deposits were from a broad depositor base, including wholesale food vendors, fiduciaries, trust accounts, law firms, and in fact, the outflow of crypto deposits were in exact proportion to their representation in the depositor base overall, and in fact, some of those deposit outflows were actually pre-planned. So it's, of course, unfortunate that there was a run on the bank at Signature prompted by what we saw with SVB, but it is not the case that the failure of Signature was related to crypto.
Why is it understood or believed that it was certainly related to cryptocurrency? How do you absolutely excuse cryptocurrency from being a part of the problem of Signature that caused it to be in the situation that it was? It had to be closed down.
Yes, ma'am. I think it is part of what has transpired with social media and other things. It is true that Signature banked a healthy proportion of crypto customers. About 20% of its depositor base was crypto companies. They were known and had announced previously that they were de-risking from the crypto space, but again, with the run we saw on the bank that Friday evening, about 20% of the deposits left the bank, but 20% of that 20% was crypto. The rest were normal commercial customers with uninsured deposits that were leaving the bank, and so we did not see the collapse as a result of crypto deposits and their instability there. It was a broad base of depositors that left the bank. The crypto depositors that left the bank were in exact proportion to their depositor base, and so it really was just a new-fashioned bank run prompted by what happened with SVB.
And again, you know, this is the truth of the matter. Like, no matter if crypto is or not a part of anything, it is always going to get thrown under the bus because they don't want this entire industry to thrive. Again, like the overall goal here is to create this narrative around crypto so that the retail sector completely fears it. They don't touch it. They stay away from it. Also, that Wall Street can come in and swoop in and grab all of it for themselves. That way, when they do custody it, and those that in the US that haven't played into a nonsense narrative wants to custody it or buy it, sell it, whatever, well, now they have to jump through loopholes, or they just have to, you know, give up their power and go to Wall Street to sell it or buy it. And this is what they want. It's all about control. It's all about power. It's all about greed. And they need to blame someone because, hey, if they accept it that the bank itself had a bank run, well, then guess what? That looks bad. That looks bad on the financial system within the US. But no, it's crypto. It's crypto. What complete nonsense. And the same is happening around the SEC, right? We constantly hear that, oh, crypto needs to come into compliance, but there is nothing to comply with. That's the problem around the SEC as well. But again, this is their goal. They don't want to bring any policy. They don't want to bring any regulations. They don't want transparency. They don't want clarity because, again, it allows for easy paydays for the SEC. Gary Gensler wants to look like this incredible individual for the SEC. But the truth of the matter is that we're starting to see a large amount of harm being done to America because of what the SEC is doing and what some of these financial elites are doing as well. Over here, what do you see from Brian Armstrong? Spent the day in DC meeting with members of Congress. We need regulatory clarity in the US for the centralized players in crypto for many reasons: consumer protection, national security, economic growth, etc. The SEC has caused untold harm to America with its policy of regulation by enforcement. We will fight to fix that. And this is incredible. I personally love to see this. I see a lot of work being done within the US around certain players. But for the most part, still, though, we have a large amount of work to do. We are still a long ways away from having any sort of real clarity for crypto. But when we do, those early adopters, those early visionaries, those are going to be the ones that reap the rewards and the benefits of being early in the space, especially those that see the value behind utility. Now, also over here, we do see Justin, Russia prepares draft law to allow use of crypto for international trade settlements. This is going to be the thing that really accelerates a lot of movement within the US around regulations, or at least it should. But just like we are starting to see the BRICS expand and the US basically put zero emphasis on that, and also not even put a spotlight on it and talk about it and address it, this will most likely get overlooked as well. Oh, let Russia do it because guess what? Crypto is so useless. If they start to talk about Russia accepting, crypto and utilizing it for international trade settlements and saying, oh, well, we need to counteract this. Well, guess what? That really puts a spotlight on the fact that, hey, look at how strong crypto actually is. Look at the benefits of utilizing crypto. There is utility here. But also, I think that they could spin the narrative another way and say, look at Russia is evading sanctions and utilizing crypto for more illegal activity. This is why crypto needs to be banned. This is why crypto needs to have strict regulations. This is why, crypto is so bad and harmful. It's because it's utilized for illegal activity. Like we seen the other day with Mr. Brad Sherman, which is a complete hack. And he's talking about how the US dollar has been never utilized for drug activity because of KYC and AML. Like, how ridiculous is this? And also, it seems as though we are starting to see a little bit of a change happening within the US. Texas just recently passed a bill requiring crypto exchanges to provide proof of reserves. I think that this is a step in the right direction. Listen, I think that one, FTX collapsing, which by the way, FTX, let's talk a real quick about that. FTX was an inside job. I think that we could all agree on that. I think it's the number one reason why the SEC actually let it go. I think that they wanted to utilize it as a great example on why we need to have stricter regulations around exchanges so that we could shut down these exchanges and basically say, oh, well, all these exchanges are selling, unregistered securities. So now we need to shut them all down and make sure that they are banned within the US. And then what they will do is, like I said, here's Wall Street swooping in. Fidelity, BlackRock, JP Morgan, they all have custody licenses around crypto already. They want to custody crypto. Because again, they want to reap their rewards. They want to get all those trading fees. They want to be the ones that are, holding a ton of crypto. And again, our government will spin the narrative saying, oh, well, everything's backed by reserves. These are names that you could trust. It's JP Morgan, it's Fidelity, it's BlackRock, blah, blah, blah. It's all nonsense. And it's all out of greed, control, and power. But I do think that all of these exchanges, listen, all of these exchanges should 100% have proof of reserves. I think that this is a great thing to see around Texas, but also we do see another hearing from the Financial Services GOP. Chairman Patrick McHenry announces hearings to be held by the subcommittee on digital assets, financial technology, and inclusion in national security, illicit finance, and financial institutions. Seems as though we are starting to see things moving pretty quickly now. We do see April 20th, so this was the announcement. This is the hearing. So Thursday, April 27th, we will see the Digital Assets, Financial Technology, and Inclusion Subcommittee hearing entitled The Future of Digital Assets, Identifying the Regulatory Gaps in Digital Asset Market Structure. And also, we do see again, on Thursday, April 27th, National Security, Illicit Finance, and Financial Institutions Subcommittee hearing entitled Oversight of the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network and the Office of Terrorism and Financial Intelligence. So it seems as though we are starting to see a little movement happening. But again, actions speak louder than words. Very similar to all of the hearings that we've seen about Gary Gensler getting completely slammed. I started to see the XRP community coming out in full force saying, oh, well, now Gary's done. There's no way that Ripple loses this. XRP is 100% a currency, blah, blah, blah. The problem is that, listen, Gary can sit in a room for 24 hours straight and get slammed left, right. It doesn't matter. These are all words. Until we see actions, like why is Gary still a chairman? I ask myself that 24/7 now, because listen, as an XRP holder and as a crypto holder as well, within the US, I question why do we have these people still in power? Why are these people even still here? They have not done a single thing. It's very similar to a lot of the major politicians. A lot of them just sit there doing nothing, collecting a payday that is, funded by taxpayers. Like, what's going on? Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot. We're living in a joke society where those that are paying, those that are doing things right, get completely shafted. These politicians, these people in power, they don't have to do anything. They don't have to do anything. All they do is throw around their narratives and their ideas and this and that, and that's all, that matters. We need to start seeing something happen here. Because yes, I do believe that, one, the US is in trouble. I mean, listen, there's no way around it. The US is in trouble. If you are not agreeing with that, I don't know what you've been watching for the last couple months and even years as well. But I think that right now with crypto, I don't think that America can afford to miss out on the innovative and transformative power behind crypto. If we continue to push this outside of the US, it's unquestionable on what could very well happen. We already start to see, or I should say we're already starting to see, Russia starting to utilize crypto. And this has been something that they've been doing for a while now, right? They've been planning this for a while. Going back, I want to say like 6-7 months ago, we started to see this narrative playing out where Russia was utilizing crypto for trade settlements and things like that. But it's very interesting now that we are starting to see a lot of nations coming together and doing this. We recently just seen Europe pass a massive bill. Now we're starting to see Russia preparing a draft law to allow use of crypto for international trade settlements. The UK wants to become a crypto hub. The UAE wants to become a crypto hub. Hong Kong wants to become a crypto hub. And also Hong Kong just recently said that they will treat crypto like property. But what's happening in the US? Well, we're now forcing states to be the ones that have to be passing bills and passing laws around crypto. While the SEC, the agency that's supposed to be creating laws and frameworks and things like that around crypto, what are they doing? Oh yeah, that's right. They're still utilizing 1930s law because they don't want to put any time and effort in. They just want an easy payday. That's all our government is easy paydays. Don't put any of the work in. Here's your participation medal, aka your paycheck at the end of the year. Like, what the hell is going on? Right? But with all that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. As always, hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night. Wherever you guys are on this beautiful world, this has been Nick. Peace out, guys.